Grandma used to say that the sweetness of a mango is just like memories. Sometimes they taste wonderful, sometimes they slowly fade away. As time passes, Rica notices small but clear changes in Grandma Remedios. Stories she told so often start to repeat themselves. Sometimes she looks at Rica with a confused smile, asking questions she has already asked many times before. She begins to forget names, familiar faces. It becomes harder for her to find the right words, and the memories she held like water through her fingers. Even so, there is one thing that never fades. Whenever Rica brings fresh mangoes or serves her favorite dessert, Grandma's eyes light up, her face softens, and she shows a joy that no confusion or forgetfulness can take away. Rica realizes that even when her mind cannot hold on to details anymore, her heart still remembers the comfort, the sweetness, and the love wrapped up in that taste. One afternoon, sitting beside Grandma as she quietly holds a ripe mango in her hands, Rica makes a promise to herself. I will give her something that will stay with her, something she can feel and taste and love, even when everything else changes. She decides to bake a special cake, not just any cake, but one made entirely from the things Grandma loves most: fresh, sweet mangoes and creamy vanilla ice cream. She wants to create something that carries all the warmth, memories, and happiness of Grandma's younger days, so that even if her mind forgets, her heart will still recognize it. Rica begins planning and gathering ingredients. She visits the market to choose the ripest, most fragrant mangoes, picking each one carefully, like she is choosing pieces of precious memory. She reviews old photos and listens to story Grandma still remembered, taking notes of every detail: how she liked her fruit cut, how sweet she liked it, and how much she enjoyed the coolness of ice cream on warm days. Every step of the baking process becomes meaningful to her. As she mixes the batter, slices the fruit, and prepares the cream, she keeps thinking about Grandma. She whispers the words her grandmother once told her. The sweetness of a mango is just like memories. Sometimes they taste wonderful, but sometimes they slowly fade away. That she understands not just making a cake. She is trying to capture that sweetness and hold on to it. The challenge arrives. As Rica gets closer to finishing the cake, problems begin to appear. The kitchen grows warmer and warmer, making the ice cream start to soften and melt faster than she expected. Just when she is about to add the final scoops of cream, the lights suddenly go out. A power outage leaves the room dim and hot, making it even harder to work carefully. Panic starts to rise inside her. I have to get this right, she thinks. I have to make it perfect before everything melts away. She works quickly, but trying to get every layer just texture smooth. Beautiful before the heat and time change everything. She realizes this struggle is not just about baking. It is a reflection of what is happening to Grandma, fighting to hold on to what is precious, knowing that time is moving forward, and that some things can only stay whole for a little while. Building emotion and hope. Through all the work and the challenges, Rica's feelings grow stronger. She feels love, determination, and a little sadness all at once. She knows that even if memories fade, the feelings and the love behind them never disappear. As she places final scoops of ice cream on top of the golden cake, she watches the soft cream to melt slowly, dripping gently down the sides like sweet rain. She knows this melting is a symbol. It shows that nothing stays exactly the same forever. But as it changes, it becomes part of something new and still beautiful. With the cake finally ready, she holds it in her hands, feeling proud and full of hope. She is ready to give Grandma the gift she has prepared, not just food, but a moment of joy that will stay in her heart no matter what happens next. I was young then, barely tall enough to reach the kitchen counter, but I remember it all so clearly. To me, the world was defined by two things: the warmth of the sun and the taste of mangoes. And nobody understood mangoes quite like her, my Grandma Remedios. I wanted to give her something, not just a gift, but a memory, something she could taste, feel, and recognize, even when her mind could no longer hold on to the details. On top, I placed scoops of real vanilla Sundae, ready to melt slowly down the sides. The heat was rising, and the ice cream began to soften. Even as it melts, it blends into the cake, making it sweeter, richer, and more wonderful than before. Grandma's line one more time. This was the metaphor of her life. The cake was the foundation, strong, sweet, and full of love, built over years. The mangoes were the bright, beautiful moments. And the melting ice cream? That was time itself. It was the memories fading, softening, changing form, but never disappearing.
Remedios.